All right, well, I've got my special helper here today, and remember, it's always important to have the proper tools and protection when you do a project like this. But we're going to be installing this matte black spoiler on the back of our Tesla Model Y. And I'm excited for this because, as viewers might know, I backed the car into the garage a while ago, and so our bumper and trunk lid are a little bit scratched up. And even though some of the touch-up paint helped a little bit, I think this is actually going to cover it much better. And I think it's going to go very well with kind of the look of the car that we've built up with our matte black wheel covers and our roof racks and just sort of the matte black lines and stuff on the car. All right, so stick with me and we're going to get this on there.
That's right.
All right, well, this is the spoiler from Best EV Mod, and I want to thank them for sending this along for me to try out. I'm actually trying to prove out my theory here that if I eventually switch out every piece of this car, it'll basically be brand new, sort of like a Ship of Theseus thing going on. It's a deep literary cut for all the out there. Anyway, I do have to say, right off the bat, I'm generally not the biggest fan of spoilers on cars. I think they're usually totally unnecessary, look bad, and make your car look cheaper. So I am a little skeptical going into this, but I do think, comparatively, this is a fairly OEM looking piece. It looks like something that would be on the Tesla in the first place. The install itself is going to be super easy. We're basically just using double-sided tape to stick it on there. And what I like about it is, it's not going to do any sort of damage to the car. It's going to be totally removable, and it's not going to affect the value or anything of the car. So we'll get this on there, and I'll see how I like the look of it and decide if we're going to keep it on or not. But what we're basically just going to do is get it lined up on there, mark it off with some tape, and then get the double-sided tape on. All right, so first off, I'm just going to get this cleaned off. It's kind of a gross rainy day here, so the car's a little bit wet already. But I'm just going to prepare the area by getting it cleaned off so that it will stick on nicely. Now it's clean, you can probably see the dents in here a little bit better. And next up, we're just going to get the spoiler on, mark off the position for it, make sure it is nice and centered. Now we've got it marked off. Next up, we're going to get the double-sided tape on. And we're going to use these two alcohol pads that were provided with it, just to get it perfectly clean and also going to activate the tape and make sure that we get a good adhesion with it. And I like that, this is legit 3M Scotch brand tape, which is the exact same kind that comes with the Tesla front license plate bracket. So I know it's going to work well, it's going to hold nice and well, and it's not going to leave any sort of permanent mark or damage or anything on there. So that is quite perfect. Okay, we're all set to get the tape lined up, and we'll cut it to the length that we need. Actually, we're going to start with the tape on the spoiler itself so that we know exactly how long we need, even though we kind of marked it. So it'll just give us a little bit easier way to put it on here. You don't even need scissors, just put it in your hands. We got quite a bit extra too, so use that for another project, I guess. All right, now what I'm going to do before installing this is you take a hairdryer and use it just to heat up the tape here so that we should get it nice and sticky and really adhere to the car well. All right, and now we're set to put it on. now, they recommend letting this sit to dry for about 12 hours. And we are going to listen to that so that it doesn't fall off. Right now, I'm not imagining we're going to see much of an impact here in terms of efficiency or anything like that, but theoretically it is a spoiler, so it should improve the aerodynamics of the car. But we'll take a look at that and see. Yeah, I mean, I think overall, that is a pretty nice look. I would say that looks, fairly OEM, honestly. And it matches the door handles, the window trim, and our wheel covers now. So, I honestly think that's a pretty nice look. I really don't find that to be offensive or over the top or showy or anything like that. It's hardly noticeable. So we'll see what the impression from the family is, but I think that looks pretty good, and I'm going to let that stay on there for a while because it certainly looks better than the dents that were in there before. And it'll make the car stand out a little bit easier to find in parking lots and stuff where there are a dozen other Teslas around. All right, and here's kind of the whole effect of the spoiler, which I think looks really sharp. You really would hardly even notice that, and I think it looks very OEM. This looks like something Tesla would put on there for sure. All right, I'm super happy with this. This is going to stick on there. All right, well, with that, if you're interested in picking up one of these yourself, make your car stand out a little bit more, they have these not only in matte black, but also carbon fiber and some other colors too. Link will be in the description below. Make sure to use my code to save. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Please do like this video as it helps others find it, and the other videos that I've got on the channel that also cover other accessories as well as some reviews of other EVs that I've done. And please do subscribe so that you don't miss any of that. All right, well with that, thanks for watching. I'll see you out there on the road.